friends, and welcome back to I Love This Stuff with Meghan Hughes. I'm Meghan Hughes, and this is the series where I talk about all the stuff I love. And we do these monthly. I'm trying to, stay on schedule with them, and it's working out pretty well, I'd say. And today I have a lot of things to talk about with you guys, and I'm very, very excited about all of them. And so I'm trying to think of what category to start off with here first. Maybe let's just get into books, because been reading a lot lately. Normally we do these like towards the end, but what the frick ever, we're switching it up today, okay? So the first book I have to talk about today is Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. I couldn't remember if I talked about this in an I Love This Stuff video yet, and then I just came to the conclusion that probably not if I can't remember it. So basically, if you guys like John Green, you will enjoy this book, okay? It's also kind of like a murder mystery type vibe. It's very fun. And I actually not recommended this, but I picked this up per my friend Ariel's recommendation. She has like a book channel where she does all of these kind of separate book reviews, and she thoroughly enjoyed this. And so I was like, you know what? I'll probably thoroughly enjoy it if she enjoys it, I finished this up at some point at the end of last year, and I don't know why I never discussed it with you guys, because I really enjoyed reading this. And like I said, if you like John Green, you'll like this book, okay? It's different. I was just about to say it's different than his other novels, but I literally have never read another John Green book other than this one. So if you guys have any ravishing recommendations of some of his best reads, I know like, oh, The Fault in Our Stars and all that kind of stuff, let me know, because I love young adult books, and this is definitely a young adult novel. It's like set in high school, and these girlies are trying to figure out a mystery, and it's fun. It's good. And it ended like cute, so I wasn't disappointed with any part of that. So I'm gonna move on to another, I guess I would call this a young adult novel as well, but it's more younger than young adult. So this is the book that I just finished reading. It's Wonder by R.J. Palacio, I believe is how you say her last name. And I saw this in theaters, and I was actually like sponsored to go to the, whole screening and whatnot for the carpet and whatever. But me reading this book, this is not sponsored, okay? I actually started reading this because the kid that I nannied, I was going to say nanny, but it's a sad truth to accept that I moved away from them, so I no longer watch them. But anyways, she was reading this in her class, and I guess she finished it. She's 9. So when I first started reading it, I was like, oh, is this okay? Like for me to be reading, the same book that a 9-year-old has been reading in her class. And then I was like, you know what? Why am I judging myself for reading a good novel? Like this was good. It was definitely a very easy read. And this goes into a lot more detail than the movie does, as most novels do compared to their movie representations. It has a whole kind of ending to it that the movie definitely did not cover, so I really enjoyed that. But it's about this little boy, August Pullman. He basically has some facial features that are kind of deformed, and then goes from being private schooled his whole life to a public school, and deals with kind of all of the kids being super mean to him in middle school, and just all of these separate things. And what I enjoyed about the book was that there was a bully in it who I hated, and at the end of it, it kind of got more into the bully and kind of summarized him in a way that I could accept, rather than be like, oh, darn you, So that's what I liked about this, and it was great. So I would recommend this if you guys are looking for an easy read, or buying a book for maybe a younger person in your life. Okay, now I have a favorite that has been truly revolutionizing my life since I moved into this house. And it is this blanket. It's a wool blanket that my mom actually got for me. It's made from alpaca wool, if I'm remembering correctly. And it's freaking cute, okay? It's not just like ugly, weird kind of wool material, just like boring and gray or something. It is spiced up, tribal design. It is fun. It is a fun time. And the other side of it too is more of like a cream color of this, so it's like reversible, cute, versatile, and I just love it because 1, it's a gift from my mother, shout out to you, Lisa, and 2, it's just been very chilly here. We found out that our house, which was built in like 1940 or something, it just doesn't have insulation in the walls, so it gets very chilly here, and the heat doesn't really hold in the house very well, so it's very expensive to heat the house. So at night we like turn it down super low and then just go to bed with this wool blanket, and it's been keeping us warm and toasty in the middle of the night, and I love it. It's like the best gift my mom has ever given me. And she's given me a lot of great gifts. So shout out to Lisa. I'm gonna link wherever she got this down below because I have no freaking idea. And I love a nice wool blanket. You know, I was afraid that it would be very uncomfortable, but it is not. Not. I was trying to say not and soft at the same time. It's very soft, it's very cute, and I love her work. Right, Larry? You love it too. He's like, she noticed me. The next thing I have to talk about is a pair of shoes. And if you guys watched my last I Love This Stuff video on this channel, I also had a pair of shoes to talk about, but I have another one. And of course they're yellow, well, yellow accented. These are the new Converse One Stars, and they're so sexy. I love that it's cream, but has the yellow accents so that you can wear it as like an everyday shoe with like a little pop, you know? Like it would look great with this ensemble I'm wearing today, you know? Oh, yep, I have some dirty socks, so we're just gonna move on from that and focus on the shoes. I will definitely be linking these down below because I talked about them on my Snapchat when I first got them. I did like an unboxing and everybody was like, can you link me to those shoes, bro? Those are crazy. So yeah, I love the bottoms. I love everything about them. All right, moving on here. Most of these videos nowadays have a feature where we talk about our fave kind of essential oils of the time, because within the last year I've gotten heavily into essential oils. So I have a new fave, and I just got her within the past week, I would say, but this is frankincense serrata, and this is great for a number of reasons. And I was put on to frankincense and its many benefits by my friend Ashlyn Tapp here on YouTube. She's great. If you guys love natural skincare, you know, DIY mask videos, but also like fun random vloggy stuff, I recommend her. So shout out to her because she was talking about this in one of her videos, basically just about like hair, skin, and physical body health. And she was just raving about frankincense, throwing a couple drops of it into your rose water. And I use rose water every day as kind of like a toner on my face before I put on, you know, my jojoba oil mixed with couple drops of whatever essential oil I want to be using. Every day I put, yeah, about 6 drops of jojoba oil, like 2 of lavender, and then I've been switching it up, putting in like 1 drop of chamomile and just putting that on my face every day. But that's after I put on the frankincense sprayed onto my face, mixed in with my rose water, you know? So that's been like the daily routine so far. I use it for skin preservation because it's great for that reason. It's like nice anti-aging, just really, like I said, preserves the skin, keeps it nice, looking healthy, the glow, you know what I mean. So love her work. It's also an anti-stressor, so stress relief, nice and fun. On the back of it, it has like a little description too, and it says, frankincense serrata is used for a meditative, mind-clearing oil. For a supportive blend, add 4 drops of frankincense, 3 drops of sandalwood, and 1 drop of cypress to a diffuser. It can help promote clear breathing combined with other oils such as eucalyptus or rosemary or fir. And yeah, so good for all those things. And I just love her and it smells really good. All right, now we are here to discuss food because that's the most important thing in my life, am I right? If you guys saw my last video, I did an easy as frick meals with Meg and Finn. We did a nice cooking video where we made dinners, not dinners, plural. We made 1 dinner. And you guys seem to really enjoy that cooking video. Larry. So I want you to know that I'm gonna do a baking video specifically of this recipe, this snickerdoodle recipe, because they are so dank. I made them like 2 nights ago and they're still just so chewy, not stale. Incredible work here on my part, patting myself on the back. I had a Snickerdoodle Massacre about over a month ago where I put in way too much sugar, not enough flour, and kind of just was like, frick it, I don't have enough ingredients, but I'm gonna roll with it. And it was just a terrible idea. You cannot substitute things and cut them down into smaller amounts in baking. That's just not how it works, you know? So I learned my lesson when they looked like this, and it was just a huge flop. So I decided the other night, I need to redeem myself and test out this snickerdoodle recipe that I was originally trying and make it good. So if it is good, I can share it on my channel. And oh my God, it was. So I'll link the recipe down below, but I want you to know, either way, I'm going to be making a baking video, making these with you guys, just discussing my process, you know? But really, they're fantastic and I'm gonna have one right now. Leave them be, okay? Not for you. 25 out of 10. Okay, and speaking of great foods, I have found a new power bar, specifically the RX bars, and I want to talk about these because I had a realization the other day when I was eating a Luna bar, and I was like, somehow these just don't taste as I remembered them in high school. I used to have them like every day for breakfast in high school. And I was eating it the other day and I was like, these are kind of crap. Like, they're just not good. So I went to Twitter and I asked for, you know, new quick snack, quick power bar suggestions. That sounds so funny that I did that. But I've come to the conclusion that these are my new faves. And shout out to RX Bar for coming through and sending me these bays. They're so good, okay? I will rave. My personal fave flavor is the classic chocolate and sea salt because it just tastes like you're eating a Choco sea salt cookie. The ingredients are right here on the freaking front of the packaging. 3 egg whites, 6 almonds, 4 cashews, 2 dates, no BS. That's my favorite part. No BS, no preservatives, added sugars, added for lack of a better word. But seriously, these freaking things are a 25 out of 10, gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free. They have so many different flavors, 11 flavor varieties to be exact, and just like something for everyone. If you like sweet, savory, chocolate, fruit, I don't know, they got you covered though, probably. And I'm just thanking the Power Bar gods for sending me this godsend because seriously, I have these when I'm just like running out of the house, you need a quick snack, maybe if you're going to a workout, maybe if you're late for work, you can just grab them and go. I don't know, man. I just love a nice, simple, healthy snack. So you can find these bad boys at Target, but they gave me a little discount code for you. So if you want to order them online instead and get 25% off your order, you can use my code. Just go to rxbar.com/Meghan Hughes and use the code Meghan Hughes at checkout and get that, you know, discount off your order, folks. Alrighty, now that we've covered our food faves today, I have a lot of podcast options to talk about, and I'm really surprised at myself for not discussing podcasts in my past episodes. I think maybe I have just really quickly, but my #1 fave of all time is Hidden Brain. It's an NPR podcast. Sean Carr, who hosts it, is just incredible. He is so smart and so well-spoken and just gives a nice, unbiased opinion for all of these kind of like worldly issues that they cover. I will list you my fave episodes because, whew, boy, I have a lot of them, and I always just send them to my friends when I put them onto the podcast because I have informed a lot of people about this podcast. My favorites are Just Sex, which is about hookup culture in college and all, just real life too. Be the Change, which is about raising a gender neutral child. The Sorting Hat, which is how we like group ourselves in our daily lives. And my newest favorite episode is called Why Now? And it's kind of discussing like the Me Too sexual assault movement and why all these women are coming forward now and why people are listening to them now compared to like 40 years ago, 50 years ago, you know? So I just think it's educational, great, and I just love listening to them when I'm driving around town, you know? So I would listen to that if you guys like your podcasts. Other than mine, of course, Souls at Sundown on iTunes and SoundCloud. Okay. Also, another podcast recommendation for you guys is S-Town, aka Shit Town. And this was starting off as kind of like a murder mystery. And then the story, which goes on for all of the episodes, it's just separate chapters, so you have to kind of like follow the storyline. It kind of just turned into a story about this man, John B. McLemore's life. And it was just so entertaining, so funny, so country. And he's just from Shit Town, Alabama, as he would say. And it just like followed his life and all of these people that came into it and like his fortune and his job and all of these separate things. And I just thought it was wonderfully done, very well produced, and fucking funny. So I would recommend that one as well. And the last category that I'm going to be discussing today is my music category, which is my favorite thing to discuss. And there's 3 albums I have been having on repeat lately, and one is Wild Child's new album, Expectations. If you guys don't know who Wild Child is, they're a wonderful band. They started out as kind of like a duo, Kelsey and Alexander. I've been listening to them since like 2013, I would say, and I actually have a pizza talk with them from like 2015, I think, that I'll link up here. So that was freaking neat to get to interview them. But now they've evolved into like a bigger band, more instruments, better production, and just super fun super fun guys. And I just am so excited about this new album because there's a lot of nice duets on there, but then there's also the more produced, more instrumental songs that are just lively and fun and great. And it kind of follows like a lot of relationship ideas in it, and I don't know if they're talking about each other, but some of the songs are kind of sad. They're great, but they're kind of sad, and I know that they just got engaged, so I'm like, fuck, is this about you guys? I don't know, but I'm gonna have to ask these questions to them when I go to their Portland show at the end of April. And speaking of going to concerts, I'm also in the beginning of March going to see Lorde in concert with my sister. She's like flying in for the show, but I'm so stoked because I've just been listening to Melodrama on freaking repeat and just getting real hype for that concert in Portland, and I'm just, oh, I'm so excited. So if you're going, let me know in the comments and we can just be hype about it together. Melodrama is an incredible piece of work. Every time I hear Liability, I bawl. I was listening to it when I was driving around this morning, and just, I don't know what it is about how calmly she comes in with her voice, but it's like such a sad song that just makes me break down every time I hear it. Probably just because that song was literally me before I found Finley. When you're like too much for people and they don't understand and they can't give you what you need, and they're like, you're a little much for me, you're a liability. Oh, just, I relate so hard. So maybe that's why I weep whenever I hear that song. And then the last piece of work that I have to talk about today is Crush, the EP from Raven Lenae. I found out about Raven Lenae from going to No Name's tour, her little telephone tour. And Raven opened up for her, which was incredible because I was not put on to her before that. I think I had heard like Moon Shoes once, but yeah, I just had like no real prior knowledge to her tunes. And she just came out with an EP and it is so fire. I love Raven. I think she's very talented, and I follow her on Twitter and she always tweets these hot ass photos of her in all these looks, and I'm like, yes, bitch. Oh, I just love a talented queen, you know, don't we all? Oh, but anywho's, I'm gonna get going. I think I covered all of my freaking faves here today for you all. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up for me. I will obviously have all of the things linked in the down bar where you can get them and all that kind of jazz. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Ring that notifications bell if you want to be notified when I upload. And until that next upload, stay smiling. Bye guys.
That's just the way you make me feel.